Hello and welcome to episode 49 of The Apocalyptic Knitter. I am Naomi and I'm coming to you from Leeds in West Yorkshire, where I live with my husband, my son and our little cat. It is Saturday the 21st of March and it is glorious. Spring is here, we have beautiful blue skies. I've bought some tulips, if I can show you. So I think my heart is always winter is my favourite season, but I do like spring when I can get the daffs out and stuff like that. Well, it has been a really busy few weeks. I wanted to podcast last weekend, but the time just went, so I thought I'd come on today. And I'll do the socials, I'll stick them here. You can find me on Instagram as Naomi Knits, or on Ravelry as Big Bird, or here as you found me on YouTube as The Apocalyptic Knitter. So thank you so much to returning viewers. Really do appreciate all the likes and comments, and also welcome to some new viewers. And we have somebody coming downstairs. Who is it going to be? Is it going to be the... oh no, they're still upstairs. Anyway, it's Saturday daytime and everyone's just doing their thing, aren't they? So what am I wearing first of all? Well, spring is here, so I'm wearing my lovely hoodie shawl cardie, which I absolutely love. The pattern is by So Sue Summer. And yeah, a firm favourite, and I will make another one day. So, going on to finished objects. I feel like I should have had more, because I just feel like I've done loads of knitting. But let me know what you think anyway. These are finished, I just need to weave the ends. So these are some socks for my friend Sarah. And just some 2x2 rib there. I did a fish lips kiss heel and just like a standard wedge toe. I did these toe up. The yarn I used was from Soxia from Coop Knits, and I will have to put the colourway in a little box at the bottom because I can't remember. But I checked the spreadsheet last night and these are really deep stash, and I bought it in 2016. So yay, it does get used eventually. So yeah, really happy with these. I did them on 2.25mm needles, I think they're a size 6, and I cast on 64 stitches, yeah, 32. So I'm going to get the ends woven in and get those across. So I think that is my only finished object this time. I do have lots of whips and new cast-ons. I feel like at the moment all I'm doing is socks, so you will have to bear with me. First up in my lovely pink firefly bag from Little Grey Girl, my favourite. It's just the right size, These are the tunic socks that I showed you last time, on the last episode. And I've done a bit of a longer leg on these. Done the heel flap and gusset. I like doing a heel flap and gusset every so often, because I know it's a little bit fiddly, but by the time you do the decreases, you feel like you've done most of it, if that makes sense. So that one's finished, and last night I finished the heel flap and gusset, then some just now on the straight bit, and I'm knitting these on my Chowgu red lace, and these are, does it tell me the size or has it worn off? Oh, hang on. 2.25mm needles. So, and there's something about these. I think these are actually going to be my needle of choice because, oh, dropped it. There's just something really Moorish about working with these needles. So I like how the cable doesn't kink. Whereas my other ones that I used to prefer was the, I'll show you them in a minute, is my higher sharps, but I've had them a while and they've started to kink a bit now and catch a little bit, so we shall see. I think I was thinking to myself, I'm not sure whether I'm going to be doing a buying an advent calendar this year. I'm going to be good. I'm being really good and paying off my credit card. So I've still got a little bit to go, but I've said until that's clear, no expensive purchases. But later in the year, I might, rather than getting another advent, I might treat myself to a set of the Chiago ones, or just get a couple of sock needles, because I really do like them. Anyway, enough of that waffle. So yes, so this is pair number 1 of 3 that's going to my family in New Zealand. So those are for Alan. They're going there. The next one I absolutely love. This is, oh, the yarn. I forgot about that. The yarn is called Tunics, as in the chocolate tea cakes, and it's by For the Love of Yarn. So that is that. So yes, these ones, same again. I'm not sponsored by it, I just really love their bags. Another little grey girl, one of the pyramid ones. And these are socks for Tamara. And this absolute beauty, out the way, is called Poison by Snuggly Stars, the lovely gem at Snuggly Stars. It's just absolutely stunning. And there's going to be leftovers because she's only a size 6, which is beautiful. It's just, I love how like the main colour is like purple, but it's just got these beautiful like dashes of colour. So these needles are also not so bad. I think these are actually 2.5mm needles, and I think these are just some Addy ones. Yeah. So yeah, I've turned the heel on them, and I think I'm just going to start maybe another couple of centimetres, and then I'll start on the rib. So there we go. I'm hoping, because as I say, it's coming into like their autumn now and winter, so I wanted to try and get them posted by April. So I've got a week off coming up, or should I say, I think it's more like 11 or 12 days. Hang on, let's count. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Never mind. Over Easter, so ideally I'd like to kind of get them all done by then, so I can get them posted, and then use my week off when I've got a bit of headspace to cast on a couple couple of garments or something. We'll see. I'll come back to that in a minute. And then next is my panda bag. Is the pair for Elena. Oh my gosh. Look at that. I know the camera's blowing. Oh no, it's not blowing it too much actually. So that is the contrast that the contrast colour that I used on this. So it's nice to see how it knits up. And it's from Woolly Mamas. Show you the label. Called Desert Bloom. Woolly Mama yarns. Desert Bloom. And good standard 75% merino, 25% nylon. Are you ready? Oh, look at that. It's just doing this, I don't know if it is striping or just the way like it's pooling, spiraling nicely, but I thought that was just so nice. And yeah, this is the these are the higher ones that I was telling you about. But yeah, just starting to catch a little bit on the edges. So what size needles are these? I'm pretty sure these are also 2.25. So I might try and finish the tunics pair, get the needles and then use them from here. That's what I'm thinking. So, and then what I think I want to do is, depending on how much is left, because these are only going to be a size 4. Yeah, these are a 4. The purple ones are a 5. Or was it the other way around? So 5 and 6. I'll have to check my notes. So I'm hoping I might have enough left of these to do myself some nice little shorties, maybe with like a deep purple or a neon. I don't think I've got a neon or bright purple contrast, or like a navy blue. We shall see. We shall see. So that's those 3. What else have I been knitting on? I think I've just been kind of taking it in turns, doing a stint on that, because I think I timed myself the other day where in my little neurospicy brain I do get easily distracted, especially like ironically, especially when I'm in my knitting time, because I think there's, at work it's different, because there's always, you know, the reminder that you're working. But I think when I'm relaxing at home and then I see a message on my phone, I'll pick it up and then that's it, then I'm off for half an hour. So I've started doing this thing where I put a timer on my phone, even if it's just for half an hour or 45 minutes, and I tell myself I'm not allowed to pick my phone up until that time. And do you know what? I can actually get quite a lot done. It is, yeah. Which isn't any wonder really, is it? Oh yes, I've also been doing a little bit more on my blanket. This is my Quadrophenia blanket. The pattern's by Kay Jones. Look at that. Move that out of the way. It's actually really pretty, this one here. And that's me Squirrel Project Keeper from where I was. I think when I last podcast I just started on that blue. So that's the last of that one. And then I've got that blue, and you probably can't see it. I've got one more mini there, so I only got 2 and a bit more minis to go, and then that blanket is finished. So I've bought brought down all the other quadrants, and I'm gonna, after I've finished this, I'm gonna do a little separate little video and edit it at the end here, and I'm gonna lay them out on the floor so we can see how big it's gonna be, what it's gonna look like, and yep. So yep, that is that, which is quite, I kind of keep this for like if I can't, you know, if I can't be bothered doing socks, or if I've got to a bit in the sock that needs a bit of thinking and I just want something chilled, I'll just pick that up. But what has really been keeping my attention is my crochet. So I think I said to you, didn't I, last time I just started doing the Battenberg blanket for Brandon, using my advent calendar. I'll show you how many that I've done. It's in my amazing organza bag. Let me see if I can get them in the right order. Do you ever watch I'm a Celebrity, when they're counting out the stars? It's a bit like that. So we have day 1, and I think it takes 1 20-gram mini, so these are in DK, and it's the advent calendar by Yarn Inc. I think 1 mini does me a little bit, like 4.5 or 4 3/4 of a mini, and because it's like a fade, can you see like there's a little bit more gold there? I'm just continuing on with them because I don't want to be left with loads of just little bits. So that's day 1. Then we had day 2. Then this is day 3. So it fades just nicely. And then what is next? Oh, a bit more gold of this one. That is day 4. Then we have day 5. Now that one's only got 4 clubbed together, but that's okay. Hang on, I've lost count already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is number 8. And I am working through number 9, which is exciting because I'm almost through all the browns. So I've got, that's number 9 that I've just done a couple from. That's number 10. And then it's changing to this, oh, it's like a very, you see there, it's like a very dark grey, but in certain lights there's just a slight hint of brown as it's just kind of merging. So yes, and yeah, I'm really enjoying them, and this is also going to feed into my acquisitions, but insert a halo here, I didn't pay for them. This was a lovely present, a lovely Mother's Day present from Brandon. He did help Well, he decided on the colour, and to be fair, I was only expecting like one ball. But you got me. So this is Yarn Smith's Merino DK. So this is going to be the contrast, like the main, the plain colour that they put in. And it's DK, it's shade number 3061, which I think is called Linen, but I'll put a thing down here. Now, I did try and persuade him to have like a gold or a green, like a mustard or a green contrast, but he says green is his least favourite colour. And I thought, well, this blanket's for him, so I want him to enjoy it. And the only one that I don't think it'll contrast with is like the first day. It's very similar, but do you know, that's not gonna affect anything. It's gonna go, it's like an almost like a very light oatmeal-y, very, 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 very pale beige. So then that'll also contrast with the greys and then the purples and all that. So what I don't want to do is do all the colours and then be like left with this mountain of like, oh yeah, I've got to do like 100 squares in this like beige like cream colour. So I think I also want to do a bunch of these to know how much I get out of a ball, to then work out how many balls extra that I need, if that makes sense. Because these are 50, so he's given me 150 grams. Thank you, babe. So yes, so they are living in that organza bag. Put them all in there. So yes, I feel like I've done quite an all right go on that really, all together. So that is, I think, all my work in progresses really. And I think these are like upcoming ideas that I've got that I'm going to be doing some winding up. Sorry, it's going to be just a couple more socks possibly. It is my brother's 50th birthday in, oh blimey, a little bit over 2 weeks. And he's the one, bless him, who has size 13 feet, which I love him, but it's hard work knitting the socks, and he absolutely loves the socks. So do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a pair in DK. So this is quite deep stash. A really nice like oily, steely blue. And I think I got this, it's quite deep stash actually, I think I got it in 2019 at the Edinburgh Yarn Festival, and it's the label stuck off because I think it was in the in like a sale basket that they have. I think it's Skein Queen or Skeen Queen, I call them skeins. So I'm gonna get that wound up. I've not done DK socks before. Oh, look at that. That's a really good shot of it actually. I don't know. I'm assuming I can get a size 13 pair of socks out of DK. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to do them toe up and kind of measure them and, you know, make sure that the first one is 50 grams or less, but we shall see. I don't think I've done DK pair before. I think I have when I did a test knit, but they were like almost like slipper socks. They were kind of like shorties, and I can't remember He might have even been holding it double. I'll have to look into that. So yes, I did look at some patterns before. We all know what my memory is like. I will put the like a screenshot and the name of the pattern that I've seen. It was a free pattern because it's the week before payday, and yeah, I can't justify buying the patterns this week, but I wanted to get on with it, so I just saw quite a decent looking ribbed pattern, so I'm going to go for that. And then the next one, I'm gonna message him to see if he wants a spoiler or not. I'm not sure if he watches, but there's a guy at work who is leaving. Gutted. Because yeah, he's my little mate at work. So I have this tradition of when someone's leaving or it's like a big birthday, I knit them socks. So I said, yeah, get them some socks. He said he was after something bright. So I thought these are the choices that I've narrowed it down to. I've got a 50-gram Fab Funky fibre that I got in a D-stash, which is quite cool. I think that'll kind of knit up as like a black rainbow. And then like a nice, it looks brighter in real life, a nice green mini to go with it. So that's choice number 1. Choice number 2, I thought this is a skein from Dusty Dimples, which on the surface it looks like it's just plain grey, but there's just some like, I don't know if you can see, but there's some ever so slightly little teeny weeny speckles. It's not showing at all really, is it? I can see them and they're there. Just some odd little like blue little hints of speckles, and then I thought to brighten it up, you can use that green mini. Or option number 3, oh sorry, my hip's really bad at the minute. I know I'm doing physio, don't worry. I had some leftovers which will make a pair. So this is the West Yorkshire Spinners from the Bird collection, and I forget which, I think it's the gold chaffinch. That kind of rings a bell. And then the lovely gold. So I thought there's the 3 choices. So I'm going to see if he wants to decide or if he's happy for me to pick one. So let me know your thoughts. And then the other thing, so when I was talking about when I had my week off, that I like to kind of use that headspace, I've already cast on the Elton sweater by Hohi Locatelli, and it's really lovely, but I've not been like, oh wow, I want to work on that like tonight and everything. It might just be where my head's at the minute, that I just want something a bit more simple. So I might try and pick that up again. Another option is to pick up my gridline sweater again, because the wool is absolutely beautiful. And I don't know if I went a bit wrong in the pattern or thought I did and I didn't. And I didn't get very far with it, so I don't know whether to try and pick that up again. Another pattern that I'll show you a picture here is Tiger in the Smoke. You're going to be using those beautiful like jewel minis that I got from Volmizer, so I don't know whether to use that, or there's something that I was looking at and I want your opinion. I'll put the pattern here, another Hohi Locatelli one, and it's a beautiful really long summer cardigan, and I bought 2 of these skeins in Berlin, and 2 of these. Now these are each 150 grams, so they are 340 plus 170, about 510 meters each per skein. 500 meters, so it's about 1,000, and then that's 2,000. So I think I've got enough to do it. I thought, do we think about striping those together to make that cardi? Would that work? It's just like a nice kind of piece. Or I also found this. I thought, do I mix a bit of that in to use it up? This is some deep stash, which I think I also got in Edinburgh Yarn Festival at the time. No, I didn't. Tell a lie, I bought it in lockdown year. This is called Spice. And I just thought, oh, they kind of go together really, don't they? So let me know your thoughts, because my initial plan was to kind of just get a couple of different like staple cardigans to wear with dresses, or just out and about to have a wardrobe and everything. So I'm a bit, don't quite know what to start with at the minute, but we shall see. I've been like that in other things as well. I went to watch a film last night. I couldn't decide on one, and then when I did, I watched 5 minutes of it and thought, no, and went back to watching repeats of Call the Midwife. I think when I'm starting to get really, really tired, I just want something that's just light and fluffy and don't have to think about it. So, and then I was naughty and stayed up reading until 3 o'clock last night, or shall I say this morning, and then couldn't sleep. Talking of reading, and this is where I promised that I would give a shout out to Anthony at work. Hi Anthony, if you're watching. A promise is a promise. He's been watching my vlogs, so thank you so much for watching. It's always nice to know. And we were talking in the office, and I was saying that I was part of this book club called the End of the World Reading Club. I'm not sponsored, I'm not affiliated in any way, I just really, really like it. And what they do is they send you a book. I just had a cooling off period for about a few months because I wasn't reading quick enough, frankly. But you can, the book genre is dystopian, apocalyptic, all that kind of thing. And then they send you gifts relating to the story, and you open it at certain pages. Oh my God. And I got a new delivery. Very exciting. Well done. Just chuck it out. So this one is called Awake in the Floating City by Susanna Kwan. And it's got, in a future San Francisco transformed by years of rain, well, we can all relate to that if you're in the UK, a 40-year-old lapsed artist is grieving the community she's lost to catastrophic flooding. Her friends and family have disappeared or fled, the streets are rivers, and the buildings are falling apart. So that is that one. I think it's a really pretty cover as well. Is that like inspiration to a garment? Who knows? But yeah, so I get that one to open up at page 42. Oh, 225. That's that one. 234. Ooh, this feels a bit heavy. I think that was Sweeties. 260. Oh, God, you know, these are all at the end of the book, aren't they? 139, and I already know what that one is, because when they're in that size, it's like a Spotify playlist, and that one, which is all like songs or about, you know, the theme of the book. Ooh, I don't know what that is. I'm the kid that you can't do surprises. Oh, that one's all right. That one's page 13. We're all right with that one. And then I get like a little bookmark. That one. So yes, so I'm excited about that. I do have a rule that I have to finish the current book that I'm reading, because the book that I'm currently reading is the first book in the course of Thorn and Roses, and I got established into it about a year ago, and then put it down, and then that was it. Then I couldn't pick it back up. I think what it was is the book itself is quite the writing in it's quite small print, and I was going to bed already tired in the dim light, and I wasn't getting on with it, or I was just like reading a page and then my eyes were doing all that. So I kind of put it down and read a couple of other these End of the World subscription books, and that kind of got me like back into the habit of it, which is what I wanted. So I'm drinking my tea. So now I've picked that back up and I'm about halfway through. So yes, I'm gonna, rather than watch a film or something over the, because this is my long weekend, rather than, if I'm gonna sit down time, I'm not gonna sit the telly on, I'm gonna read and knit on the socks, because that'll help keep the focus and everything. I've got a very trusty book stand, which is really good, which kind of holds, you know, like when you're in school and you had that music stand and it kept the pages open when you were doing a musical instrument. I've got like a book stand. It's not on a stand, but it's like a yeah. So I'm gonna do that, and yeah, I'm finished, because I've got the other. I think I've got another. I've got the first 5 books in the series, so I just need to get a wiggle on and get reading. I'm gonna shoot off because I'm going to go to my friend Tracy's house and have a bit of a cup of tea in the garden on this glorious day. And then I think later on I've pulled out a couple of my long whip blankets, and so I'll just do a separate little bit of a video, put them all out on the floor so I can see how far I've got to go on those. So I'll stick that on at the end. Right, I want to say thank you so much if you've got to this point, and what can you do a comment about? Ah yes, let me know what you think to that cardigan with these two. Should I do it, or should I try and pick up my Elton or Gridline sweater? Please help me. Right, I hope you have a lovely weekend, and I will try and get this uploaded tomorrow, and I will see you all soon. Take care and thanks for watching. Bye. Hello and welcome to a different review of my living room. Let's get in a different angle, the sun. So I've laid out, this is the quadrophenia blanket, and as you can see I'm just on the last little bit. So this pink one here, a lot of that and a couple of here is my Spectrum fibre. Advent from 2023 I think it was, and then I kind of got some specklies in like some red colours, and then that's the blue ones. Now I've just measured it, and I think after a bit of a block it's going to be about 1 metre, so I don't think it's going to be as big as I wanted, so I might end up just doing it for Lego for the cat, so she has her own little blanket to snuggle on. But we'll see. I don't know if it's gonna like stretch after blocking or what. I'll see. Well, here it is in all its glory. This is about 8 years old. I mean, I really started it when about 10 years ago. Didn't get very far, ripped it back a little bit. But yeah, it's still got a way to go. So yeah, this is my memory blanket, but the squares that I've done are quite big. So if I put my hand there, you can see, so I've done about, I picked up 53 stitches, a centre stitch of 53 I've done there. As you can see, there's some bits like there where if I've run out of one ball, I've just kind of finished it off with another, and I just really like it. Each square takes about 17 grams. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna do, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I think I worked out I wanted it to be at least about 11 long. So yeah, there's a lot of pink and purples, and that is absolutely fine. And I've worked out, I'm just going to quickly show you what is going to be my next square. I'm going to make it with these oddments, which are from Red Squirrel and Dune, some leftover scraps from when I did the edging on my anthology throw. This is the Sunset Boulevard, which I absolutely love. I think it's Silhouette Boulevard. I always get mixed up, don't I, Claire? And then this was like a really very, very pale, just got a hint of peach colour. So I'm gonna do about 2 rows of each, stripe them together. I think that'll look really nice. And I think I'm gonna put it there. I know it's got a bit of a cluster of pinks and purples already, but do you know what? It's my blanket and I'll do what I want. I absolutely love this one here. It's coming as if it's navy, but it's a really gorgeous deep like emerald green. So yes, I would like to pick that back up. What size needles am I doing? Got them on here. I've actually been using straights for these. And what size needles can we see? Can't get it in focus. It's 2.5mm needles. So I would say one square usually takes me about 3 evenings, but I'm gonna see if I can do my focus knitting in batches of 1.5 hours and see if it can be done quicker. So I shall report back. But yeah, I can't wait to pick this one up again. And then lastly, not as impressive, This has been put down for a while. This is just like a crochet scrappy blanket that I started for my friend a long time ago. But she loves me and knows it will be there eventually. Lovely colours on that one. And this is just a bag of all different minis that I'm gonna use towards it. So yes, that is my blanket collection. I can't even remember. Oh, excellent. There's the crochet hook. That's 3.5 mil. Yeah. I was going to say I put it down for that long. I wouldn't even know what size it was. So I'm glad I kept it in there. So there you go. There is my blanket whips. Which blankets are you working on? Drop us a message. Comment below. See you in a bit.